Going live in 3, 2.
Never give up, cause we're the Power Rangers. Never give up, cause we're the Power Rangers. Heading forwards as the skies begin to darken once again. I've never felt so alone. Till I realized we join our blades and fight together till the very end. When we're together, it's like home.
The whole world's on the line, but we got this, let's save it one more time.
Never give up, cause we're the Power Rangers.
Mythic order,
Never give up, cause we're the Power Rangers.
Mythic order.
Darkness creeps, evil never sleep, but we've come way too far to lose. Never give up.
Hello and welcome back to Power Rangers Project Squadron Mythic Order. We are back. A couple announcements first. Unfortunately, we have lost both Roscoe and Koji. The players' real lives kind of caught up with them, and we wish them well. We're going to miss them. We genuinely enjoyed playing with them. If you want to send good wishes their way, go ahead and shoot us a PM or put down below. We're happy to pass that information along.
Yeah, without my lighter to do the whole tribute thing.
Without any real further ado, I'd like to catch us up. We have when last we left our Rangers, much about them had begun to fall apart. Their teamwork,
Emotional damage.
their personal lives. In fact, so much so that Roscoe took his Zords and began a trip to Sestria. Koji, leaving his Zord in the care of Seamus, has decided to return to Japan.
Ah, shite, that means I got more responsibility. Ugh, I hate that word. I hate that word. Yeah.
The Rangers have now several weeks have passed since those events. In that time, the Rangers have found kind of a rhythm and have begun research on a counterattack against Psycho Red herself in preparation for Psycho Pink's arrival. Joe, you and Seamus have been asked by Squadron Command to visit a certain location deep in the Nevada desert. The two of
Allowed
you,
to stop at Vegas on our way back.
You gotta stop in Vegas. You have to. It's the rules.
arrive at the location, and it's this kind of run down, beat up shack. Like kind of like a what looks to be a barn, and then there's some goats kind of running around. And you've been asked to just kind of check it out because there's been some strange readings from here as of recently. As you guys pull up, you see an older gentleman, Native American, kind of looks up at you and waves and walks up to you. What can I do for you? You guys are far out in the desert.
Joe will kind of look over at Seamus and say, so you want to take this, or like you want me to like take the lead on this one?
Give me a second. I haven't used the Seamus voice in so long. Give me a moment. Mm. Oh, don't worry, lass. I think I can handle this.
All right, hey, guess it'd be too much for you. I'm right here.
If I need help, I'll signal you. You'll know it when you see it.
I feel like with you, I won't know it.
Oh, don't worry. It'd be pretty obvious. Yes, good sir. Well, we're out here on a bit of a research venture, if you please. We're we heard that some interesting things out here in this part of the desert. Wow, I really was sure how long it's been. I keep my accents going all over the place. Son of a gun. Well, anyways, you know, fuck it. I'm gonna need to take some time to get the back. I'm just gonna talk normally for now. Fuck it.
Yeah, I feel you.
I'm gonna have to get used to that again. God damn
I
it.
got you.
But yeah, he'll look at the guy and be like, "We're part of Cranston Technologies. We're on sort of like a research venture. There's some for like the science division. They had some interesting things come up. They wanted us to check out, and for whatever reason, whatever readings they were getting was coming out from this direction."
He goes, well, we had a meteor crash just over the ridge there. You're welcome to go check it out.
Kind of like do like a fake, you know, like tip of imaginary hand, like thank you kindly. Come on, Joe.
I'm sorry, but I didn't catch your names.
Oh,
Uh,
what was my cousin's name again? Not the evil one, the one back in Ireland.
I don't remember
Fuck.
at all. That was 2 months ago, dude.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Fuck it, I mean, there's no way this could backfire, right? I am Seamus.
Nice to meet you, Seamus. You can call me Sam. Sam Trueheart.
right.
Tom?
And I am Joe. It is very nice to meet you. She will kind of like offer a handshake.
He shakes your hand, and he's definitely an older gentleman, probably late 70s, early 80s.
Well, we'll just mosey on over and see what it's all about, and we'll be on our way shortly afterward, we hope.
No problem.
Real quick.
Hmm.
Anything else unusual, or just the meteor?
Well, it's been glowing every day.
He
That's
like
been
pulls
pretty
out like
weird.
Seamus just pulls out a notepad from his pocket that he was given by one of the scientists, like glowing every day. Got it.
Yeah. Well, as soon as it gets dark, that whole it's if you guys can get it out of here, that'd be great because I haven't been able to sleep in a week because of this stupid thing.
Hasn't been able to sleep for a week. You just hear him like softly like parrot like the last parts of whatever he says, like as he's writing down his notes. Listen, the eggheads told him to take notes on everything, all right? They were very clear about this, especially with Seamus, because everyone knows Seamus isn't much of a tech guy.
Yeah, Roscoe was our tech person. She kind of said something.
We were abandoned.
I
So it don't
wouldn't-
make you feel weird. Just like no discoloration of the skin, nothing like that. Just glows.
No, it just glows. I haven't gone near it.
Hasn't
Okay,
gone
well-
near it the entire time. You haven't been glowing, have you?
No, not that I know of.
Okay, good. Okay. Not that he knows of. Got it.
All right, Seamus, let's go.
He kind of
check
looks.
out-
He kind of looks at. At this point, he's looking at you, Joe. Like, is your friend okay?
Just following instructions as he continues noting down. He's got he's got the notes that he's been writing down, and in the corner he's doing like a little doodle of the guy they're talking to, but it's just a stick figure with like a cowboy hat.
Garrett says, define okay. You
I'm
get
fine
used
with
to
No,
it, though.
he's just giving. He's kind of got like that expression, like, what the hell is wrong with this dude? And it's
What can
pretty.
you say?
It's pretty easy to read.
Listen, the scientists were very specific, okay? They told me to note down everything. Just doing my job. Sorry.
As you guys
I missed
Trying to
playing
head up
Seamus.
you guys head up over the hill, right? You kind of get up over the hill and you kind of look down and there's a large rock. A good chunk of it has been like broke off and there's something glinting in the sunlight from the broken section.
Seamus would go to approach it, but real quick you'd stop like, oh, right. You know, like bend down and get like this little vial out, this little like container, and like scoop up some of the soil that from where the fucking rocket impacted. Fucking Zane and his samples. He'll just take it, pocket it, and was like, all right, now let's see what we got here.
As you get close, go ahead and give me an alertness check.
All right.
All right.
Hang on, I gotta refamiliarize with the character sheet. There it is. Hey, look
Hey.
at that. First roll of the in fucking 2 months, and it's an unnatural 20. Fuck yeah.
It is a good sign.
So Joe, you're kind of fascinated with the rock in general, but Seamus, you kind of zoom in on the glint.
Shiny.
Taking a hammer, kind of peeling away around it, you realize there's a chunk of there's something metal encased in this rock. This rock is about probably 8 foot in diameter, or 8 foot,
Mm.
8 foot, like 8 foot long, probably about
Yeah.
5 feet in 5 feet wide, and probably about 6 feet tall or so. Kind of very oblong shape.
Right.
And the part that
Holy
broke
shit,
off
Snag.
is revealed. It looks like you're kind of seeing like the edge of what kind of looks like a pod of some kind, potentially.
An
Just-
egg fell
you're
from
seeing-
the sky.
You're seeing basically a metal strip about that wide.
Okay. Joe, I know
What?
I'm not a astronomy guy or anything like that, but the meteorites always have like fine, smooth metal at the center of them
Uh,
with like no imperfections or nothing.
I mean, it's a rock.
I don't
So
know. This don't
no?
look very. I don't know. This don't look very What's the scientific term I'm looking for? Rocky. This don't look very rocky. Very metally, in fact.
Hmm. So what you think this could be?
Uh, metal alien laid an egg, shot it from the sky. I don't know.
With that information, Joe is just gonna kind of try to kick it and see what happens.
If anything, Seamus is like probably like trying to like see if he can't like get more of it to show, or for anything like see if he can't like pry like any loose bits further off, maybe.
You when you kick it, you kind of kick at like a loose part, and it basically jams itself back in, and you hear ding. You hear a sharp metallic clang from inside the rock.
Again, I don't think that's what meteorites do. Again,
No, meteorites
not an
definitely don't do that.
astronomer, but still. Seamus will start kind of like the spots where there are like openings and stuff. He'll start like trying to like pull pieces off if he can.
You're not able to pull much off. You don't have the proper tools to get the rest of it off. But you were ordered to recover whatever was causing the energy. So,
Well, I might be at
and you guys did bring a pickup for exactly that. You guys brought a vehicle big enough that could definitely house whatever this is.
Yeah, it's a good thing we didn't hit my motorcycle with us to get here. I'll go bring the truck around way. He'll kind of like, so he'll walk over to, I'm assuming the general, Sam is probably like just standing off to the side, like, back over by his house.
He didn't even come down. You guys drove the
Yeah.
truck up over there. So you basically just need to back it up at this point.
Okay. So yeah, Seamus would go hop in the truck, bring it around, hop out. He's like, now here's the real question. How the hell do we load this thing in?
It's a Cranston Tech truck. It's a Cranston Tech truck. So
Does it have a winch at least?
yes.
Better have
Alright.
a winch.
I have an idea.
It's got a winch and a ramp even.
Okay, good. Because I was going to say if there was no ramp or a bed to put it in, the second best thing I could think of, hook the end of it to the truck and just drag it as we drive.
No, you pull down the the ramp and kind of wrap some straps around it and hook the winch up.
Yep.
All
right, now how do I work this thing? Green means go. Let's try that.
It starts pulling it. Give me a technology roll.
Oh, fuck. Here we go.
That should be at a snag.
Here's the snag.
Oh no.
No.
Yes, here we go. This is what I was waiting for.
You managed to get it into the truck, but you
Mhm.
broke the winch. And you get an immediate call from a very frustrated technician on the other end of the line. Why is the truck beeping?
I don't know. Why are you screaming at me at the other end of a phone?
Because you broke my truck.
How do you even know that? It just what?
It's a Cranston Tech. It's a Cranston Tech
Are you
electric
spying
vehicle.
on us?
It's a Cranston Tech electric vehicle. It's got more sensors than you could ever understand. We know everything that goes wrong with it, and you broke my winch.
We're going through a tunnel.
That's bullshit, and you know
Thumbs
it.
up.
The scene flashes over. The scene flashes over to the tech, and he is just staring at the phone like, "You son of a bitch."
Don't worry, it's insured.
Joe, you kind of grab the phone and be like, it's obviously a design flaw, and maybe you should design it better."
You guys eventually kind of get into the truck, and what do you guys
Shane
do?
is
Do you
like,
guys
yeah,
like
before the-
start to leave off, or do you want to at least
Before they
stop
actually
by
get in,
stop by the True Heart's house there?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, let's
But before that,
definitely
Seamus
drop
will start
by
like looking
Sam's.
around the dashboard. You'll see him like rifling through like the glove box and everything. He's like, "There's like some kind of camera somewhere." Like, how the hell did he know? I just imagine from the tech side, he just sees like a really like close up zoom of Seamus's face, like looking around, like
That's canon now.
It is canon.
just like, where the fuck is it? What is he? How is he? How is he looking at us?
I think it may be best if you just don't touch anything.
Fine, I'll stick to what I do best: driving.
Let's go see Sam off.
At least I know how to do that.
You guys kind of pull up back into Sam's driveway, and as you guys get out, he waves at you. He goes, "So you're taking it with you, huh?"
Yep.
Good.
Y'all want to kiss
Well,
and goodbye, nothing?
No.
Well,
Okay.
hope you get some good sleep finally.
My son's brother might, but not mine. Not me.
Oh, what makes you say that?
My son's brother's an archaeologist. Specifically a paleontologist.
Ah,
Oh,
My son's adopted.
ain't nothing wrong with that.
Hmm.
Well, it was nice meeting you. Glad we could help with the situation here. If you happen to see anything else strange through the wayside come through or anything, just give. I guess you could just give us a call, I suppose, and he'll like pull out like I would assume he probably has like a giant stack of business cards that Cranston Tech probably gave him before they left.
Sure.
He just goes into like the glove box and he goes to pull one out, and the whole stack just like falls out onto like the floor and everything. Like, God damn it! He just grabs one and just hands it to him. It's like, yeah. So if you see anything else strange, just give us a ring.
As you guys kind of end up getting back into the truck, scene shifts over.
Bangs his head on the thing as he's trying to pick up all the cards. Like, son of a bitch.
Zane, Reggie, we find the two of you in a courtroom. The day of the trial. For the day of the hearing, you guys are at a preliminary hearing for kind of what's going on with everything that's going on with your guys' family's finances. The two of you are kind of sitting together kind of in the background as your lawyers are. Your older brother is taking your spot as like one being represented, and it shows it has your brother and your sister basically on either side of the room there, Zane. The case, you guys have been in the courtroom for about an hour, and finally, Zane, you are called to the stand to be questioned by your sister's lawyer.
I go to the stand.
As you sit down, you kind of look out, and the lawyer stands up and approaches you, and he goes, "Mr. Backstrom, it's our understanding that you acquired this information, acquired the information that your brother is using to accuse your sister of theft. How did you acquire that information?"
Out of character, how did I get that information?
Kind of just dropped off on your desk. You're not entirely sure where it even came from.
To be completely honest, acquisition of this information was acquired through third-party intervention.
Why did you believe that this was, if you don't know what you just told me, is essentially that you don't know where it's coming from? And now you're telling what it sounds like you're saying to me is that objection, leading the witness. Judge, sustained. Allow me to rephrase. What made you think that that was real?
Easy. After receiving the information, I did some private investigating myself.
Oh, and in that private investigating, did you ever break into anyone's home?
No,
What do, in your own words, what did the investigation on your side turn up?
story point.
Okay. What are you using it for?
A useful item.
Okay.
Ooh.
Basically, what was basically given is something like basically what I still had access to in a sense in terms of the legalities of my inheritance money in a sense, like making sure that the transferation of a process or if the stallation of a process has been done and anything like that. There was also a fine print clause still allowing me access to know that if the money in any way, shape, or form was used for malicious purposes, or in my grandfather's clause in his will, it says if the money was ever used for malicious purposes to not be given to charity, Zane Backstrom had access to all files pertaining to that money.
Granted, I'll give you that.
Nice.
That is a good use of a story point.
I'm a son of a lawyer. I know my stuff.
You you kind of start talking about that, and the lawyer goes, "Very well. No more questions." Mr. Johnson, it's your turn to question the witness. The your brother's lawyer comes up, and he goes, "When you discovered this, when you discovered that your sister may have been stealing money from your cousins and yourself, how did that make you feel?"
At first, not surprised. But after everything that's happened in recent years, it's expected. Come on, we're rich kids from a rich family in a sense. So money steal was about to happen from one of them. But to be honest, what surprised me the most was what she did with the charity money.
And what did she do with the charity money?
Out of character, did she just place it all into her private company or something?
She put it all into a private company and used that in an attempt to bribe, basically a higher assassin, so that the rest of the money could go to, like, all of Reggie's money and your money could go to her. That's kind of what
I
that's
mean,
what you found out.
I basically relayed that information. Money is meant to help people who were less fortunate than us, was then used to hurt people just so that she could have more.
Hmm.
To be honest, it's shameful she shares the same last name. We're Backstroms. We give back in storms.
I'll give you a story point for that
That-
pun.
I love it.
That was the punniest thing I've heard all week.
It was perfect.
All right. No more questions. Mr. Backstrom, you may sit down. The stand would like to call Miss Fault. Reggie.
Reggie like gets up, a little awkward. There's a lot of people.
You go up to the stand, and again, this is still just a preliminary trial. They're basically kind of displaying all the evidence. There's not really even a judge. Basically, this is basically to decide whether or not this is going to go to jury.
Mhm.
So there's not a jury or anything. It's just kind of in the judge.
Okay.
The judge is basically going to say, all right, because none of the evidence has actually even been displayed yet. You guys, it's basically just, does this need to go?
Yeah. Okay.
You are called to the stand, and the Backstrom, the brother's lawyer comes up to you, Mr. Johnson. He goes, Miss Fault, were you aware at any point of the amount of money that was willed to you in your grandfather's will?
Never. The fact that this was even a thing shocked me.
And why is that?
Well, with the exception of a few people, she's always kind of had it out against my family and my side of the family and me. I didn't think that the rest of them. It never occurred to me that I would even be included like this. And yet, now I know that this has come to light. I'm not even surprised. Furious, of course, but
What part of this makes you the most angry? If you weren't expecting the money, why are you upset?
it's just. Well, apart from the principles of it all, this. How do I word it? The fact that this was being used, that this money was being used instead of for anything, for school, charity, all of it, but to try and kill people, myself and Zane included, I think is the worst part. The added stress of living in fear of whether or not I'd be executed by my own family. I mean, come on, no one can live like that.
That is true. No more further questions, Your Honor. The other lawyer stands up and kind of approaches you and goes, Miss Fault, is it true that you and Mr. Backstrom are Power Rangers?
This is very public information. Yes, this is true.
So is it safe to say that you put your life on the line every day?
As long as it protects people, yes.
What is the difference between your life on the line there and a potential assassination threat?
Are you trying to argue that assassinating people is okay?
No, I'm simply wanting to understand your side, your perspective when you place your life in danger all the time. How is it any different? If your life is already in danger, what's one more? Objection, Your Honor. On what?
I would have used the story points to whisper to the lawyer. Objection overruled. This is used on alternative business records show that the assassination tape attempts take place before the events of being a ranger.
Oh,
Story
that would
point.
have been smart. That would have been smart.
I whispered to the lawyer this.
The lawyer blurts all that out and he goes, Sustained. No more questions, Your Honor. Couple after you guys, several more like character witnesses are brought up. And that's essentially what you guys were acting as. It is determined that this trial will move forward at a later date. And you guys leave the courtroom. Your brother and the sister leaves with her lawyer, just giving you the nastiest, dirtiest look. Like, how dare you?
I stick my tongue at her and flip her off. Like, fuck her. They tried arguing that's cool to kill people. What is this?
The Johnson goes, I think we'll be able to win this case. She's got a lot of evidence against her. Unless she's buying out the jury, which is shouldn't
She
be possible.
honestly might try and buy out the jury.
It'll
But
be
that
kind of
probably
hard.
most likely won't happen.
It'll be
Especially
hard
since-
because all effective immediately. All three of yours, and he's looking at yours. All of her funds are suspended, are frozen, while she can't spend another dime from any of those accounts. Now, if she does try to bribe the jury with the individuals that we are going to be bringing in, it'll be very hard. We're going
Plus,
to.
it will also be hard to find an impartial jury, given our phenomenal Ranger track record of the least collateral damage of our teams.
Yeah, even when it was found out that you had collateral damage and you guys were put in danger, that got settled pretty quickly because the doppelgangers kind of came to light really quickly. I mean, you guys deal with some strange things, don't you?
It comes with being a ranger.
That's fair. That is fair. Well,
It's kind of surprising that there wasn't more collateral, actually. So, hey, good
welcome.
job, Red. You actually keep us together.
well,
Yeah.
on behalf of Angel Grove, I want to say thank you for all you guys do. And we're sorry to hear about your teammate and him the trouble that his doppelganger is causing him.
Yeah. I sent him some chocolates.
I'm sure he appreciates it.
They're probably in the trash.
Your brother goes, well, Zane, hopefully we can put our sister away. For good. Because
Right.
this isn't right. She's always been a problem. And now maybe mom and dad will finally see it.
That
Given
is
the
such a
importance
strange.
of the case, and since how high profile this case is gonna be, there's gonna be a high chance that this case is gonna be broadcast live.
Yep.
So yeah, they're definitely gonna see it. Speaking about seeing stuff, I wonder what Seamus and Joe are up to. Hopefully not breaking anything.
You guys have
They've got enough
an
going.
agreement that once Seamus and Joe get back to town, which would be a little bit later that evening, you guys will be meeting at Seamus's bar to kind of discuss your next moves. The scene shifts back to Joe and Seamus pulling into the lab, the lab warehouse, and onto a elevator as it drops down below into one of the labs, and you kind of back the truck because these labs are massive. Like you could drive the driveways are freaking 2 lanes wide basically. You can take trucks in and out, no problem. You kind of drive the truck where you're kind of directed to, and they begin to unload it. The large gorilla man from before comes up and starts scanning it. Huh. You won't believe this, but there's somebody inside that.
Like snaps his fingers, and he's like, "I knew it! I knew it was an egg."
No, it's a pod, you idiot. Apparently got trapped inside the meteorite. Means it's been there for a long time, but whoever's in there is alive.
Hold on. Why you gotta be a dick?
Ain't the time
Why
for
you gotta resort to name calling? What the hell?
ain't the time.
Do I
for
need
that,
to remind you of
Greg.
what you do? I need to remind you of what you did last time you were in here.
What did I do again?
You broke a bunch of his stuff. He does not have a favorable impression of you because every time you visit, something gets broken.
This is why I keep telling you. Listen. You have no one to blame but yourself, because every time something of those happened, you were asking me to go get you something. You should know by now, me and Tech do not mix.
Yeah.
So really, you only have yourselves to blame.
Gregory is still ranting about the winch.
It was an accident. I don't know what happened, all right? All I did was press a button. That's
Yeah,
it.
it was too much weight. That's all it boils down to.
Oh, sorry. I put too much oomph in my finger press.
I meant
My
the
bad.
rock.
Oh, so if it was the rock's fault, why am I getting yelled at?
Because every time you touch some of Cranston technology, you break it.
But yet you yourself just clearly said it was the rock. The rock was too heavy. All I did was press a button.
You have to understand. The technicians view you as a cursed individual. Especially when it comes to technology.
all right, you know what? And he goes to like stand up from his seat as it creaks, and you could probably hear like one of the bolts of it coming out.
Oh
All right, you know what?
Like, oh
And then
my
he
God.
just ignores it, and he's just
As
like,
you
"You know
as
what?
you
I
as
don't
you
need
stand up, the back of the chair that you're in just falls off.
He turns around, looks down. He turns around and he looks down and is like, you know what? I don't need this. I'm gonna
Maybe
go
you are
practice my
cursed.
magic. And he goes,
That
"Oh,"
reminds me.
he goes,
Vita wanted to see you, Jameis.
good, I was
Tomorrow.
gonna go see her anyway.
No, tomorrow she won't be back from Briarwood till tomorrow. She says to meet you tomorrow. She says to meet her in the training laboratory tomorrow.
I'm still going to the training laboratory, even if she's not there. I don't need this. I don't need this harassment in the workplace. He like about faces, almost trips over the fucking back half of the chair that's on the ground, and he like and then he rights himself and like fixes his clothes that got all messed up from like almost tripping. He stands tall and he continues walking out.
As you're walking, you start to hear like little bunches of little whisper. Is that the guy? That's the guy that technology always breaks around for whatever reason.
I can
You think
hear
it's this?
you know.
Hey! Hold on a sec. We want to scan you.
Are you sure? Are you really sure? He like turns around. He's got like a very you can see it like an eye twitch. He's like, "Are you sure you want to do that, or are you not afraid the scanner will just blow up in your faces as you're trying to scan me?"
We want to see if you have an electromagnetic field that causes technology to fail. Although that chair is just a chair, so I'm not sure what happened there.
Powers involve fire, not electricity. That's Zane's thing. Why doesn't anything blow up around him?
Oh, it does, just not as often.
One scan and then I'm going.
They begin to scan you, and he goes, "Huh. We actually got an interesting reading. I'll tell you about it later." Doc, you're never gonna believe this, and he starts running.
He just like
That is
cocks his
concerning.
cocks his head as he looks at his retreating form, gives a deep sigh, hangs his head, he brings it back up, like tilts his head back, takes a deep breath, is like, I need a drink. I'm going home.
As you kind of go to leave, the doctor at this point kind of turns to you, Joe, and goes, "We should be able to get whoever this is out in a couple of days' time. We'll have to be very careful. We don't know the full structure of it, but we can tell that whatever's in there is alive."
Well, that's the important thing. Do you need anything else from us, or?
No, you should be good.
Okay, well, I will. I'll leave y'all to that, and I'll go fetch my Black Ranger friend.
Sounds good. He seems like he's having a bad day, and then it's at this point that the assistants come running up. "Doc, you gotta look at this!" And he kind of shows it. Basically, what happened is like it froze the screen.
Oh my gosh.
Secretly, Seamus has too much magic power. There you go.
He goes,
Totally.
But
all you see is you see this giant gorilla going, interesting. Wonder what this means.
plot twist.
You should never be interesting when someone's scanning you. Like, that's the worst.
Plot twist. The reason why Seamus is so shitty with technology is because all of his ability is more leaned towards magic. Therefore, it's like this weird balance of like weird Scottish magic mumbo jumbo. It's like a curse.
Hey, magic.
He goes,
Too much fey magic. It fucks with
Well-
technology.
"Well, Joe, we'll see you later. Take care of yourself,
Yeah.
okay?"
Yeah, will do. Y'all don't work too hard.
Later that evening, the four of you meet back at Seamus's tavern in a back booth.
For the people who first come in, you just see Seamus at the booth, just with his head tilted back, just like
Trini is also there. She is kind of twirling a drink. She looks like very stressed out.
He like tilts his head down as his arms are still draped over like the seat of the booth he's sitting at. As he just looks down at Tree and he's like, Billy knows I don't do it on purpose, right?
Oh, the exploding technology? Yeah, we don't care about that.
Okay. I mean, it's concerning you don't care, but at the same time, whatever, I guess. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe after taking that scan, maybe I can finally figure out why this keeps happening. I can't even hardly go near the cash register. Mata banned me from using it.
Don't you have like an
Swear.
old? Don't you have like an old cash register that doesn't even have like electronics really in it?
So why we have that one now? We had to go to we had to go to an antique shop to get that.
Oh,
Why do you think we
dang!
have a sign? Why do you think we have a sign that says we don't accept credit cards?
Cash only, huh? Well,
Well,
I mean,
cash or check, and then Mara recently was talking about getting a card reader machine that I'm banned from using.
with you being a ranger, how often do you really get to bartend anymore?
That's bad. That's bad.
Speaking of, she kind of looks over at Joe. She goes, "How are things over? You guys, I know you guys haven't been able to do anything much over at the gym, but how have things been over there when you have been there?"
It's been quieter than it normally was. I don't know if it's just because the regulars there know we're Rangers or if it's something else.
Yeah, the whole town has felt off since the doppelganger incident. Everyone's suspicious of each other. It's not great. She turns over to you, Reggie, and Zane. She goes, "How was the trial this afternoon? Did they decide they're going to take it over?"
There's a 95% certainty.
Excellent.
So I say it's a job success, at least for now.
Well, that's at least one thing off your guys' plate. Well, the reason why I asked you guys to be here is wanted to check in with you guys. Red's been very quiet, and we think we've located her ship.
Well, what are we waiting for? You gotta sink that thing right now.
There's many things that we need to wait for.
Well, now that we're down 2 Rangers, we don't have enough power to get it.
There's also
That's
the
why I
fact that
think we
don't
should.
know about
Right.
the hangout.
That's why I think we should call on an old friend.
Mhm.
I'm going to send you to an island about 100 miles off the coast. You're going to go to a temple. And you're going to find this. She puts a file kind of out in front of you. And it shows a large green robotic turtle. You're going to find the Torzord. We're going to modify it. And hopefully, we'll be able to figure out a way to combine it with your Zords to increase your firepower, especially now that we're down 2 Zords. Is that okay with you? Zane, are you up for this mission?
Horrific Battle Zord is an incredible Zord that was able to withstand attacks from Serpentera itself.
Yes. Its defensive power is unmatched. But it also has quite the beam cannon.
So it's like a super Zord with like lasers and stuff.
You know, I always thought it was slow and steady wins the race, but I guess in this case, slow and steady brings the boom.
Was that supposed to be able to like punch a hole through their ship right outright?
Wasn't the Torzord also key for the Ultrazord combination for the Wonder Zords?
Yes. Yes, it was.
Wait! I actually saw the videos for the vlogs for this one. They're like huge, right? Like Ultra Zords, like the big ones, aren't they?
Yes.
Was that log in the videos? Because if it was just in writing, I probably skimmed over that.
Yes, it was in the
Yeah,
videos.
you will have to enlighten me.
most of the written logs is before our era, such as the 1960s team that did not do well.
I just remember that one being one of the videos I watched because ever since Koji had to go back home, I've been trying to find time for trying to get to know Byako a little bit to kind of involve him in goings about. You know, he seemed like he could use a friend after, you know, the things that happened.
Yeah.
Him and Mara seem to have been getting along quite fine, at least.
Well, that's good. That's very good.
Definitely gonna have to talk to him about the shedding thing all over the place.
Yeah.
Like, I know he's a tiger Zord, but you have a humanoid form. Why are you shedding?
Byako
Makes
actually
no
doesn't.
sense.
Byako doesn't have a humanoid form.
Oh.
Oh, that's right. Because
Oh,
he's
that's right.
the weapon.
Yeah, he's like strictly
It's
the tiger.
true. The trident, yeah. So wait, if
Byako is Byako is not the Tiger Zord. He is linked to the Tiger Zord.
yes,
He is the
Mhm.
spear.
yeah, Koji's trident, yeah.
But you needed the trident in order to control the Tiger Sword.
Right.
Yeah.
And he just kind of like hangs out mostly.
God, I wish he had like an alternate form that was more like biological, like Mara and the rest, but instead of humanoid, he was just like a little like white cat.
That'd
Like a
be
little
so
white
cute.
striped cat. That'd be adorable. Just and like every so often, it's just like he just comes up, he starts talking to us when we're all grouped up or whatever. It's like I still can't get used to the fact that you're a talking cat. Oh my god, it's reverse Salem.
Reverse Salem.
Instead of talking black cat, talking white cat.
You guys gotta remember, you guys did meet Genji.
I think that was just Joe and Roscoe though who met Genji.
Oh.
Right.
But well, anyways, suppose we better get ready to make the trip.
Yeah, well, if the boss man wants to do it, I'm down.
Where did you say this island was again?
100 miles off the coast.
Okay, so not too far at least.
Are we going by air or by sea?
You'll be going by
I don't
sea.
like it. I don't like either option, I don't think.
You'll be
Shit,
going
just
by sea.
flashbacks.
Yeah.
That's better.
It can't be found by air.
Wait, is this the No, it can't be that one. Never mind. I was gonna say it can't be the animarium, can it? But I forgot that's the floating island.
Yeah, that can't be found from that can only be found from the air.
Exactly. That's why I said never
Also,
mind.
that's in Colorado.
Listen, it's been a long day, all right.
Savage. It's literally the Savage Stampede team's base. Don't
I
you
broke-
text one of them on the regular?
I broke a chair just by standing up from it. Leave me alone.
You're having a
Just-
bad luck
just-
day, aren't you?
He just slams his head on the fucking table at the booth. It's like, yeah, and you just hear a muffled like, yes, yes, I am.
Yeah.
Try
Gotta
try
ta-
like sprinkle salt over your shoulder. I hear that helps deal with bad luck.
All
Yeah,
right.
their
Well,
team is
not
doing
Irish.
for
Oh no, wait, I am. No, wait, no.
I don't know what
I am. No, Hermana is.
I don't know what to
Yeah,
tell
It
you.
is Irish.
Why don't you?
It is Irish.
You guys will leave tomorrow morning. Now, why don't you guys get some rest, have a few more drinks, then go home?
Way ahead of you as his head's still on the fucking table. He's holding up the drink.
The scene begins to pan out. As
before
today's
then,
ep-
I would like to ask Trini something. Hey Trini, quick question.
Yes, what's up?
Just a thought that I had. I know that our bases are secure, and I know that where we go, the gym is secure, of course. But is Seamus's bar secure?
Yep.
Because I feel like that was something I should have asked a long time ago.
Yeah, no, we once Seamus kind of came in, we secured the place.
Don't tell me you put cameras in my bar.
Of course, they're not inside the bar; they're all over out the outside of the building.
Okay, I already had one issue with the scientist that let us borrow the truck today. I swear I pressed a button on the winch, and as soon as the thing broke, he's on my phone. I'm like,
Yeah,
I thought you
Yeah.
two were gonna have like a relaxing outing. What happened?
so did I. So
what
he like grabs
happened?
Reggie by the shoulder. He's like, so did I. So did I.
What happened is that technology hates him.
I don't know why. I don't know. Is it my connection to the Fae? Is there magic flow? Is the magic spectrum or flow around me too powerful for technology to handle? I don't know.
that's
Well,
possible.
according,
Hmm?
they are associated with what's it called, wild magic. So
All I know is Vita's supposed to be back tomorrow. She's looking for me apparently, so maybe she'll have some answers. And I don't know. Maybe by the time we get back, between her and one of the scientists before I left today took a scan of me because they were curious, and the thing blew up. But apparently, before it blew up, they got some kind of reading off of it. So I don't know.
I should probably check that out.
Now, speaking of which, like goes to pull out of his pocket the freaking vial. Here you go, Zane. Hands
Why
him the
didn't you leave
soil.
us at the lab? You know how pissed they're gonna be.
I forgot. Okay, I've been having a bad day. Besides, you were the one reminding me to get it. You're the biologist here.
Yeah, true. I'll go drop it off there real quick.
Just
Ninja
take the
vanish.
damn. Just take the damn vial before something happens to it just by being in my possession.
As,
I was go-
as Zane disappears in a ninja vanish, our scene comes to a close. The scene shifts to an incoming ship in a universe very distant from our own. You see all these ships surrounding it, and it's just wiping them out. The blockade, it blows past the blockade and destroys it. The scene zooms in as Psycho Pink herself is sitting with her hands folded, laughing maniacally as the scene fades away and the credits roll. Thank you for joining us today on Power Rangers Mythic Order. Pardon us as we get ourselves back into the groove. It's been a very long time for us over here. Life kind of got in our way a little bit the last few weeks. But we're back. We'll see you next week. Same Ranger time, same Ranger channel.